Welcome back to the Voice of Metal, where we talk about all things metal. I'm hoping I fixed my microphone and my camera and everything else. I had such a mess because of trying to fix something to do with my microphone that I think I messed up all my stuff on OBS. So I think I've got it squared away. I wasn't certain if my microphone would be working, so I was trying to figure that out the last minute. So I was spending probably a good 20, 30 minutes on that just before I thought I was ready to come on. So, without further ado, we're going to start our actual episode of about Iron Maiden. But before we do, yeah, the QR code is right here. So with the actually it's a little bit bigger because everything's not the same way. Even the background, you will probably see a lot more of my junk way over there. Anyway, um, I just want to say thank you guys for being there for me. I appreciate it. I'm still learning a lot of stuff, and I'm still got a long ways to go. So that means so much to me that you guys are sticking in there with me, and all to all the new people that have joined. I do appreciate that, and all the people that have been watching the video so far. I've gotten quite a few new views, which is great. I love it. I think part of it's the description and the thumbnails probably help. Some of them are interesting, and I've been trying to get something that was a little kind of relevant to the topic that we're talking about. So we'll see what happens. And some of them aren't quite the way I want, but it looks pretty decent. But anyway, we're going to talk about Iron Maiden, which actually they're going to be on tour here this summer, I think, I believe. But I don't think they're going to be here in Colorado until like October, which is an interesting thing. But they're going to be in an indoor arena, the ball arena here in Denver, which is where I saw Megadeth, Five Finger Death Punch, The Who, HU, so you know, the Mongolian metal band. And I thought there was another band that played with them, but I forgot who it was. Anyway, I got to see Five Finger Death Punch twice. Yeah, one in Texas, one in Denver. So, and they were actually the main band on that one, so it was kind of interesting. But without further ado, sorry about that. I'm gonna start going through the top 20 all-time best Iron Maiden songs. Whether you agree with it or not, I don't know. Whether I agree with it or not, I don't know. I just got a list that I'm assuming it's probably ones that have either been played a lot, this, that, and the other. Plus, I might actually at the very end of the video maybe explain certain things. If you watched my short, there is a part of that asks us a very specific question about Iron Maiden. And if you watch that, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, you'll have to watch the video short to find out what that question is. Well, eventually at the end of the video, you'll know. And I'm hope I can find it because I have it on another list of stuff. But I think I have an idea of what it was or what it will be, or you know what I mean. Never mind. I'll get into this list. Uh, Number 20 is The Wicker Man from 2000, which is a fairly newer. Well, for them, it's fairly new, I would say, because most of theirs is in '84. For music, I'm not sure if they've done any music or albums since 2000 or not. To be honest, I haven't really looked, so I'll have to check that out. But it's about a dark, atmospheric song inspired from the 1973 film, which is the year I was born, and my birthday's coming up. So this kind of, I guess, it would mean a lot to me because I'm not sure which. It doesn't say. I don't know if the movie's called The Wicker Man or not. It just says a dark, atmospheric song inspired by the 1973 film, featuring intricate guitar work and chilling vocals. So I'm gonna have to listen to this one because this sounds like it's really cool. It kind of reminds me of Burn the Straw Man from the Butcher Babies, because Wicker Man, the Straw Man kind of thing, only it's wicker. So I don't think they have anything in relation to each other, but it's hard saying. The Klansman is 1992. That's number 19. A historic. See, I gotta get over here because my camera's like gotta be over. It's all messed up. So sorry. The historical epic exploring the Scottish clan system and the Highland Clarences. Clarences, yeah. featuring soaring vocals and powerful instrumentation. Um, Says it all right there, probably. Who knows? Sounds like it's pretty powerful, pretty majestic. But a lot of their songs are, which I love. There's one or two of those on the top of the list that are definitely some of my favorites, and I've listened to them several times over. And actually, one that I thought was actually originally somebody else's song, and I found out was Iron Maiden. I thought, oh, I guess it's not their song. Number 18 is 2 Minutes to Midnight. It's a 1984, a powerful and thought provoking song about the threat of a nuclear war, featuring a memorable chorus and urgent message. There you go. And that's probably about the time with when all that stuff was going on, the nuclear type, nuclear arms thing and all this other jazz, where, we had to pretend like we were trying to protect ourselves by putting our arms over our heads in the hallway of our school. I'm not sure it was 84, but I think that was a little sooner than that. But they said, oh, if there's going to be a nuclear thing, we got to attack or something. We got to do this in order to protect ourselves. Like that ain't going to protect anything. There was no place that we could have protected ourselves at all on that because it's so horrific. Unless that school is made out of some sort of metal that resists radiation, but who knows? Um, Number 17 is Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Okay, I think that's how you say that. An atmospheric and dramatic adaptation of the oh god, I can't say it. Coleridge poem, featuring haunting melodies and captivating storytelling. It's interesting. Number 16 is Power Slave, that was done in 1984, a sprawling epic journey through ancient Egypt, showcasing their musical prowess and storytelling abilities. Huh, interesting. That would be kind of cool, ancient Egypt. Because I think I remember the actual album for this one, or album cover. It had Eddie with like a Sphinx type headdress on over his head, gonna be in a pharaoh. Be kind of cool. I think that's which one that one was. Number 15 is I Can Play with Madness, 1986, a catchy, upbeat song with a playful melody and thought-provoking lyrics about nature of insanity and madness. Interesting. Be kind of cool to hear that one. Oh, here's the one from 2000 again, another one from probably I'm assuming the same album. Number 14 is Blood Brothers, a powerful and emotional song about exploring themes of brotherhood and friendship. Cool. Sounds really cool. I've never had heard that one either. Number 12, The Prisoner, 1982, an atmospheric and thought provoking uh, exploring theme of the oppression and escape. I'm assuming The Prisoner was probably something to do with possibly World War II, maybe possibly even the Vietnam War. Um, that kind of stuff. So it's hard to say. Oh, wait a minute, I think I missed one. Number 13 is The Wasted Years, a 1984 reflection of a ballad addressing lost youth and missed opportunities. So that's number 13, and The Prisoner was number 12. Um, Number 11 is Wasting Time, 1979, an early classic showcasing their raw energy and galloping heavy metal sound. Interesting. Number 10 is Wrathchild, 1980, showcasing their early sound with a raw energy, galloping riffs, and soaring vocals. Of course, it's always galloping riffs and soaring vocals. Anyway, number 9 is kind of an interesting description for this song, but anyway. Number 9 is The Number of the Beast in 1982, and I definitely have heard this one. It's a really good song. A powerful and anthematic songs sparkling religious outrage upon release, featuring a dark, atmospheric, galloping riffs and powerful vocals. Really, I think I've heard that before. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of that just because we all know that. Oh wait a minute. Number 8 is the Flight of Icarus, which we have talked about before, of one of the top metal songs out there. I don't think it was an Iron Maiden one. It's a 1983, a catchy melody, soaring guitar solos, and dramatic vocals, creating a memorable cautionary tale about ambition, hybris, and overreaching. Number 7 is The Evil That Men Do, is 1980, a powerful ballad condemning war and violence featuring a you know what I'm saying, atmosphere, acoustic guitar intro, and powerful vocals delivering a progressive message. Now, I hate to say this, but either I've done this already once with Iron Maiden, or two, these songs have come up more than once with other topics I've talked about. Um, I don't know. I don't remember. I might have done this already once. I was just trying to do something because of my past story, because I wanted to kind of bring into light something else. You'll see what I'm talking about here if I can find it. Number let's see here. Oh, sorry. There you go. Aces High, number 6, which I love. This one's a good song. 1984, a thrilling historical epic inspired by the Battle of Britain, celebrating fighters, pilots, and fast tempos and soaring vocals and interactive guitar work. Number 5, Fear of the Dark in 1982, a haunting atmospheric exploring themes of fear, uncertainty, hope, and with memorable choruses and expressive vocals. Sorry. Number 4 is Run to the Hills, 1982, criticizing colonialism impact on indigenous cultures, featuring a catchy chorus, powerful guitar riffs, and fast-paced energy. Number 3 is Iron Maiden, which is of course, is the same as their band. 1980, it showcases the early sounds of raw energy, galloping heavy metal, operatic vocals, and soaring guitar solos. Hallowed Be Thy Name, number 2, is 1982, and this is the one I was talking about earlier. When I was saying that I thought it was somebody else's, and it's not. It's not theirs. But Machine Head did a cover of the song, and I absolutely loved it. And I love this song too from Iron Maiden. It's a little heavier on Machine Head's side, but not by much. A powerful, emotional ballad, exploring war, death, and redemption. Sorry, gotta do something real quick here. Um, with epic structures and you know what I'm talking about, atmosphere and iconic bass lines. Interesting. Now the one, and we all probably know which one number one is gonna be, the Trooper. 1983, a galloping anthem inspired by the charge of the Light Brigade, painting a vivid picture of a soldier's courage and sacrifice. So yeah, I think I might have done the Iron Maiden stuff again already, but hey, why not do it again? They're a great band, right? Part God, I'm really way off. I gotta figure out how to. I think I'm gonna have to move my camera over this way a little bit more, so that way it's a little bit more in the center of my screen, so it's not too far over. But anyway, because everything else is over this way. Um, what I was talking about earlier, and I'm hoping I can find it, which I don't know if I will. I might have to do it later, which sucks because I had it up here earlier and now it's gone. Basically, what it boils down to is on the musical short, there was a question about why did Iron Maiden call their their logo design, their character, Eddie. Um, and there was a lot of different things that I had seen about this, but I don't remember where the heck it is. I had it down here on a page that I could read and let you know, but now I can't find it. But it was rather interesting because it was all hypothetical to a point they weren't really certain. I think one had to do with something to do with a name being similar to something else, and it was um, something they're working on or something along those lines that had Ed or Ed E or something in the actual title of whatever it was they were working on. But I'm not certain. I do think. Oh, I do know one of the other questions that was on the video short, and it was about Metallica and their name and where they got it from. Originally, from what I read, was that Lars Ulrich basically had a friend that had started a magazine, and he was talking to him about this. It's a metal magazine, about these two different titles. One was Metallica, and one was metal. I forgot metal something or other. But anyway, between the two, Lars liked the Metallica name so much that he had you know decided, picked or made up or whatever you want to call it, that he tried to convince his friend to go with the other one so he could use it for his own band, which is kind of interesting how some of that stuff kind of falls into place. And I'm sure there's a lot more to it than other things. And one thing I also didn't know is about Black Sabbath. Originally, they were a blues band. They weren't a metal band at all. And I forgot the name of the band now. It was a totally different name than Black Sabbath. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. So that's a little historical fact for you that you might not have known, which I didn't know until I was doing some research and this, that, and the other. So it'd be kind of interesting to do that, see where certain things had come from, and what happened to evolve it into what it is. I do know that even Pantera itself did not start off the way it did. I know, or is it Cavalier Brothers? I don't remember. But I do know that one band, I think it was Pantera, that they had a whole different look kind of thing and they needed something a little different. I know the original singer had some really good vocals from the first album, Cowboys from Hell, but then later somebody else came afterwards because of the singer blowing out his own vocals cord because he was singing really heavy. And that reminds me, there is a gentleman that I would love to talk to on my YouTube channel because he does his own thing. He actually teaches you how to use your vocal cords to sound like some of these other singers and not to be able to stress out your vocals. So thinking of that guy blowing out his voice makes me realize, that yes, there is something about doing um, heavy metal vocals that you have to really know what you're doing or do it right, or else you could screw things up, which is not good. It sounds like the lead singer from Infected Rain, she said she was literally bleeding from singing some of her songs. And then she found somebody that would later on teach her how to sing without having those problems. So there is a lot to singing vocals for a metal band. Probably even, who knows, even more so than opera and things like that, which a lot of people in metal do listen to opera and stuff, and I've listened to quite a bit myself. Um, it kind of reminds you the whole overall feel. If you think about it, it's kind of like those scenes in an operas that they have these big kind of big guys, and they're singing these really um, powerful songs that are really deep and dark, for the evil and not quite so. But there's also some lighter stuff in there. So there are some metal songs out there that are kind of like that too. And if you think about it, they kind of go hand in hand and stuff like that. And even Cliff Burton had said that with his musical background, that he listened to classical music. He told the other guys in the band, you need to listen to it too because it's a very important thing to know with music theory and all this other stuff. So there's a lot more to it than that. I mean, I don't know how many singers slash and or artists in metal bands have that kind of background. It'd be kind of interesting to do that. Maybe I need to do a research and maybe try to do that for an episode later on because I think that'd be interesting. Who has actual physical musical training like Cliff Burton did in their music? Because I think that'd be very interesting. I believe. I know this is running a little longer than normal, but it might be kind of an avenue to travel to find out. Like a lot of other things with bands and bands names and stuff like that, which reminds me of a story that I was told by my cousin's son that it was opening for Mushroom Head and some other bands too, which he doesn't like the guys he thinks are not the greatest band in the world, which I'm sure a lot of people probably would agree with him, but I don't know. I mean, I like the guy's vocals. He does a good job. Um, but the one thing about it reminds me of when he was talking about that, he was saying that he knew he knew the entire, they basically formed that band at a fast food restaurant in Toledo, Ohio, at a Arby's or Hardee's or something, as I lay dying, which is rather interesting. Is what he told me. It's like I don't know how true that is, but there's a tidbit of information, of facts for you, for those who are the fans of As I Lay Dying. Um, yeah, it's one of those things. So if I can, that would be cool. If I could actually ask him to talk to them and say, hey, he says he still is in touch with them, but I don't know. So that would be really cool if he could get me in touch with somebody in that band. And hopefully some other bands too, because he might have opened for some other bands and got to talk to them and got to know them a little bit. Who knows? Like I said, they're just like us, you and me, just more well known. Anyway, I think, don't leave yet. No, just kidding. I was watching a video about this where that when somebody says certain words that people think that is that, and this is not that. Now it'll be that, which is guess what? But before I say it, I'm gonna say thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for all the support, thanks for all the comments in the videos. That does mean a whole lot to me. Um, and I think I've got one I got to reply back to, which was the one about the drummer and the lawyer. He was a lawyer. Well, he became a lawyer and this, that, and the other. But anyway, I'll have to check that out and reply back to that, which I try to do as much as I can. Sometimes I get busy and forget to check, so I apologize to people. But I want to say thank you again, and don't forget, as my Meadow family, being a part of my channel and being a part of my community and being a part of this great metal family, right? That I'm hoping that you will subscribe if you've never have hit the subscribe button or the like for the video. I do appreciate that too. That means so much to me. And thank you again for all the views. I do appreciate that very much. And maybe somebody else will find something interesting that they find fascinating about the channel that maybe they didn't know about a metal song or a new song or about a band or even a new singer or a new vocalist, I mean, singer, vocalist, drummer, guitarist, you know what I mean. Because that's what it's all about. Trying to learn things about the people that are behind the metal music is one thing I definitely want to do. Whether they'll be willing to do it, I don't know. I'm sure that some of the smaller bands will kind of do it just to get people to know who they are, which I think would be great. And I'm that's why I want all you guys out there to subscribe, because the more subscribers, the more people out there that are gonna be showing up on there. They're gonna say, "Hey, this guy's really serious about this," and I want them to know that the more eyeballs are on this, the more they're gonna know who they are, and that'll help them and it'll help me too. We're helping each other, right? And maybe later on you can say, hey, I know this about my favorite whoever, or I might have discovered a new band, right? So I do appreciate that. So thank you again. I will say, don't forget to headbang, like, and subscribe those buttons for me. I appreciate that. And I will say sayonara, farewell, and goodbye for the night.